Let's go. Welcome to the show. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here with me, cause it's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. Let's get something straight. Let's get things good. Let's do everything that we should. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. Let's open our minds and take out our style. Let's see what's going on in the world tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. It's Project Open Mic. Let's have a good show tonight. It's Project Open Mic. Let's get the show off right. What is going on, YouTube, Facebook, and Temple FM? What's going on, fam? How y'all doing? This is Tig for Project Open Mic, TT Records, and we are back here live once again. New year, new possibilities. Basically, maybe same old things. Who am I to say anything? But hey, we're gonna do what we gotta do. So basically, let me just put my lovely mug on the face. How y'all doing? Happy New Year to everybody out there. Hope everybody came to the New Year safe. Had a Merry Christmas. Again, had a New Year safe. Everybody's doing well. Certain way to start off the year, but hey, I'll talk about certain things, of course. But tonight we're gonna talk about what I've learned from 2020. Of course, we're gonna have more stuff going on in 2021, so keep an eye out for that. I've been working on stuff, so hey, you'll see more things come up, of course. Also, you'll see more no string no chasers. You're gonna see more videos from that, and again, hopefully I'll get more videos from other people who are supposed to contribute to Project Open Mic. That's all I can say on that part. But again, thank you all for giving me your time and ear and listening for episode 25, where we talk about what basically maybe you guys learned, or hopefully y'all learn it. But I'm basically just gonna talk about what I have learned from, of course, 2020, which was a trying year for a lot of people. So 2020 was a trying year, like I said, and it's there's people who have lost a lot of stuff in 2020. Now, first I want to give an RIP respect out to the Meal, which a lot of people don't know who that is. He's a rapper, but who's been on our project, of course, on TT Records music and everything. Instant Classic. He has a song called Somersault, and also on Unity Sounds, he did a song with Quality with it, which is basically old school. The Meal basically is called MF Doom. Sadly, he passed away. His wife announced it on Twitter, basically New Year's Eve. Don't know what he passed away of. He was 49 years old. He had a wife, kids. He was mostly a private person, and was a cool dude to work with, and also a lot of music that was his music was unique in the hip hop game. He's one of them cool dudes who stand up on his own. Didn't get the super limelight. He was mostly one of those guys who was chill, and it was just underground, and people know him from that. So yeah, it's sad to see that happen, but hey, I said, rest in peace, my friend. Hopefully this year when we release the new Shuffle Lines album, I do a tribute to the homeboy because yeah, like I said it's that, and there's so many music out there that he's done, and my personal favorite, of course, from his album, not other than the stuff that he's done with us, but of course, accordion. People love accordion. Since it's a new year, um, good day today was this is gonna be a good day today. One beer was good, but if I have to be honest, the one that always gets me, crosshairs. I just like that straight shot bang, and that bass line is just so good. And I'm talking about the bass line of the guitar, not the drums. Oh man, crosshairs, freaking awesome track. So hey, like I said, rest in peace, my friend. And hey, you will be missed, but for that respect, I'll say that. And also rest in peace for anybody out there who listening who lost somebody this year from regular causes, from the COVID, also from violence, as we see what's happened yesterday. But not only that, from over the stuff. Um, you know, and right now the media is back out there doing its usual goodness, which we'll talk about that, but scaring people doing what they're supposed to do. So am I surprised? No, I'm not. I'm not. So tonight, I'm not gonna really have. I have a clip because to prove again to do my usual stuff, but I'm not gonna be doing a lot of videos. So you're gonna be basically looking at this lovely mug of mine and talk about situations. But like I said, I have a list right here of stuff to talk about, and let me see here. Make sure we are up and running in all spots. Again, we're gonna be more. There are gonna be more spots that are gonna be up and running with. So we're gonna have that and tempo. My mistake. So everybody, the only thing I didn't check was tempo. Yep, we up and love running, and yes, thank you. See a lot of people on tempo. Shout out to you guys again. We're gonna try to get, like I said, we are working to get stuff on Spotify and everything else. So hey, we'll see about that. So 2020. Hmm. Hmm. What a year it was. Now, personally speaking, 2020 was not a bad year for me. I'm not gonna let people, doom and gloom and everything. Was it a bad year in objectively to a lot of people? Yes, I could see that. For me, no. Uh I mean, it had to push back the new album that we're working on for Tita Records. I don't want to name the album. I think I am set on the album's name, but I might need to change it a little bit. Most of the artists have already put in their music, so it needs to be mastered and everything. Need a couple more songs, not a lot, but a little bit more songs, and hopefully May this year that the new album should drop from TT Records. That was a pushback. That was a setback. Um, I still have my day job, which is a blessing in its own. I know a lot of people lost their jobs, which that part really sucks. So I feel for you who lost your jobs. If you lost a loved one, again, I understand that. Hey, 2015, I lost a loved one to me, and people will think that was a good year for them, but that year I lost a person to me. So again, every person is have a different way of looking at the year. So I get that. So for me, it wasn't a bad year, and that's what a lot of people need to do. Like take in context of what you do. Don't let the media, don't let the social media tell you dictate what you experienced in that year. Me had a great year. Like I said, more joy than other than that. I had a great year in 2020. It was not a bad year. Um, Settling into my new house. Um, Learning to still fly more learning to do drones, which you'll see. Trying to set up the other new channel, which is going to be more about life and reviews and cooking and stuff like that. And hopefully, I've renewed everything with certain companies. So, and then of course, sooner or later you will be seeing not only the Project Open Mic, basically Radio T3, what you used to be, website back up, and you could be on the mobile, because that was the problem I had back when we had T3records.com up in the first place. But you have that and T3records.com, and hopefully you could there's be files that you guys could download and buy music from the music from the category of the music that we have. But like I said, so far, people, most of basically my family made it to the new year. See people, so family get new houses and everything. So like I said 2020 was not really a bad year, that what I've seen from my perspective. But I do respect those who have feel a bad year. Again, if losing a job, company, the business, somebody passed away through not only violence but also through the disease and everything. Now you have the media now, and everybody going crazy and scaring you and everything with the new saying they have there's a mutation. Again, if you go back to May of this year on YouTube, Project Overmic on YouTube, look at those shows in May. That's the best I can tell you. You saw that I was saying, and what I said happened. Not that I'm not. It's not bragging. It's just like it to me. It's just common, simple sense. I can't say common. I usually say common, but it can't be common if a lot of people don't have it. So it's not common in simple sense. Was it going to mutate? Yeah. Was it going to be bad in the winter? Yeah. I said that because of just how, just not just how the cycles of the seasons and everything works. So, not surprised by that, but people are surprised by it. That makes scares me, that people are not being more observative of outside and looking in. It scares me a little bit that people don't see that. But I get that. Uh, like I said, vaccines are out, are going to be spread. We'll get back to that, because that itself is its own crazy problem. But we'll get back to that. So let's go through what stuff that I've learned this year. I just want to basically list them off, talk about them, and see what it is. But I will say this, because of what happened in yesterday, and also what happened in the politics itself. I'll say this: there's good, as I always say, evil comes in all shapes, size, creed, color, race, gender, party. If you want a party affiliate, politician affiliate, it make no difference. Evil's evil no matter where it is. Every side has fringes. You have crazies. I don't condone violence on no level for nobody. So no, everything should be done peacefully. Should be no violence nowhere. A peaceful protest is a peaceful protest, no matter what it is. Riots are riots, and whoever, if you start a riot, you should get arrested. No ifs, ands, buts about that. I try my best to always go with balance, because that's how I am. That's how I've been doing. So anybody who went into the Capitol and did the stupid stuff they did, which is kind of dumb, that you're just as stupid as them. But these again stupid people. You're recording yourself taking a picture. Of course, you get arrested. It's a federal building. Now, I have a problem. I do have a little problem that when they go into other federal buildings and destroy stuff, they get away with it. People talking about, oh, if this, I've seen people like saying, oh, this was a black people doing this stuff. Yeah, they had that, and they got away with it too in Washington State, also in DC too, early last year. So don't. It's just stupid. They do stupid stuff. but I don't condone violence for nobody to hurt nobody. That's the whole point. Um, Seeing also with how the things turn out, not from yesterday, but before, with all the because I was gonna do a video about this. I want to just scrap it, talking about the omnibus bill and the stimulus, which to me, sorry, is a slap in the face. It's stupid. That's $600 that they deem. Let me point out. Let me put the blame at, or the I should have say the blame on what it's supposed to be. The $600 that the Democrats deem that we should get of our own freaking money, and then the Republicans, who like Mitch McConnell said, "Oh, you should not get $2,000." But you still give millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to other countries, and the stimulus bill is a part of the omnibus bill, which was $3.2 trillion, $27 trillion in debt this country is in now because of just people just reacting and don't think. Both parties did stuff I was against the bill. And you might say, oh well, $600 better than zero. It's your money in the first place, and they trickling it back to you. I don't get. That's the part that should be infuriating. But people just like, oh, again, basically I come to this knowledge right here. A lot of people don't like it, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, and this is basically what you're gonna see right now. I'm gonna clean it up for sake. Now that we have, we're going to have President Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and President Kamala Harris. This is just going to be what it is. And all that. Now that the Dems basically have a simple majority, basically they go pass a lot of stuff, which is something, no party, basically the ability could be unchecked. So them own the House, the Senate, and the and the executive branch. Oh, whoopee. Let's see if we're gonna see the same thing will happen. So now I predicted this on Facebook. I didn't have a radio show back then, the Radio T3. So my prediction back then when I said when President come into office about the media, President Trump came into office about the media, I was bang on correct. They're gonna find flaws, they're gonna find stuff, they're gonna lie, which they did. Which I'm gonna get into what I said and learn from that. And also, now that we have full Dems back in, let's see if they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back into Obama mode, where they're gonna just let a lot of things slide. Because I still don't like when people saying about, oh, he had a scandal free. No, he did not. He had a lot of scandals, but people don't want to talk about the Fast and Furious, Benghazi, Solyndra, Ukraine, Syria, Lebanon, Egypt. IRS, yeah, he had a bunch of scandals, but nobody wants to talk about. Like I said, they slipped under the rugs and everything. And I did a video about that, also about the where everybody sorry, also talking about the immigration thing, where they were like, oh, these pictures are on the Trump. Oh, wait a minute, no, AP and everybody was on the Obama where the kids were sleeping on the foiled blankets and everything. And again, Obama, because he knows that they would always protect them, he made that lie saying that it was Trump. I'm like, no, it was on your watch. And again, what you did made sense because majority of the kids, 66% of the kids that came through the porous borders to a degree, the 66% of the kids, their DNA did not match the person they came with, so you had to separate them. It's just because you made something that was like, oh, then you change it back. I don't like that. It's not good. But the media will go back into regress mode. The elder heads, the younger ones, they don't know left from right. And I'm not talking about in the politics. I'm talking about they don't know. They're ignorant. Doesn't mean they're stupid. They're just ignorant. They're blind followers. They're in a echo chamber bubble. Even Fox News, people keep on thinking. Like I said, 94% of people who voted that are from the media for Democrat. Even Fox News. Why? Because Fox News is in New York, Washington D.C. and L.A. They're in a bubble, and that's what people always do. They always put their stuff in a bubble, like on Facebook and everything. I've said I've not been on Facebook even because of this. No, not I've not been on Facebook from since I took my Christmas break. Why? Because it's just like I said, it's just nonsense. Everybody's in a bubble. Nobody seeks different things and see a through line to see critical think. No, they just quickly jump. Hey, bam, bam, and they just reflect each other, and then the noise get louder, and you can't hear yourself think. So yeah, that's just so what it is right now. But we're gonna get into that. So 2020, what I learned. Let's go with the negative stuff first. Negative stuff that I learned in 2020. Celebrities. Like I said, I'm 38. The celebrities. Well, there's some celebrities I looked up to. Yeah, you know the old saying in basically from the Batman film when it says you don't want to meet your heroes because when you find out what they really are, they're gonna be you're gonna be disappointed, and that kind of happened. Not a degree to me because I never looked up to celebritydom. Of course, I've met famous people in my life, so it became simple for me. It didn't phase me. But I know a lot of people was like, "Oh my gosh, I meet this person, that person." There's a human being. They entertain me, and that's as far most of them is. That's like, yeah, I'm entertaining you or give you information. I'm no different from you. I don't sleep no different. I don't put on clothes no different. Whatever. Don't it's just ridiculous. But celebrities has fallen way down. Of I don't dare. I don't listen to them. Basically, not only just for politics, but they're hypocrites in their own right of saying certain things. It's just like no, it, you know, all of them. Hollywood has become a cesspool of evil. Not have become, been, I should say, been a cesspool of evil. The music industry, same way. I used to be like, oh man, I would love when I was young. Oh, and do music. I would love to get a Grammy. No, I wouldn't. I don't care no more. I'm not gonna sell my soul to get that accolade. It's not worth it. I do music. You guys like it. You love what TT Records done. That's good enough. That's good enough accolades to me. Literally, I have people still sending me stuff like, oh man, this music. Even though the last album I released, Instant Classic in 2012, you pick it up on Amazon, Spotify, anything, Shuffle Lines, Instant Classic. But simple plug, shameful plug, but hey. But people are still literally like, I got one this morning saying, man, this track is fire. I got one let me see here, because it is crazy to see, people are still sending me stuff that that makes me like, wow, thank you people, thank you guys for, yeah, this sound, yeah, person said, click on it so I could get a better thing about it. Yeah, this album is so fire. Isaac Universe 3 hours ago. This is you did an incredible job on this music. It's funny that I can't. This one was 2 days ago. Talking about Instant Classic. You did an incredible job on this album. It's funny how music has changed so much that now it's all about the test stuff, but you kept it simple with Instant Classic. Enjoyable album. Thank you. Like that was, like I said, 3 days ago. Then this was 4 days ago. This album is perfect. Thank you so much for publishing this. Like literally, thank you guys up there. Again, Instant Classic is still it's came out in 2012. People can still go and listen to it. So I thank the accolades that regular fans, regular people find the music and say, hey, thank you for doing this. thank you for this album or this whatever. So I hope I get the same love for the album come out 2020. It's supposed to be more albums than supposed to be like maybe 2 or 3 albums this year. I hope I could put out that. And you will again t3records.com will be back up where you can have that. I will once that is up, of course, I'll announce it here on Project Open Mic. But I just like I said, yeah, like I said, the music industry has become toxic itself. I mean, the singer of the song of the year last year was Cardi B. No, no, like I said, she has a right to do the music. She has a right to play. I'm not knocking her for doing the music. I'm not knocking her for doing the music. But for people to glorify what the song is all about, and also the music is about alive, because again, and I'll do a video, specific video of that, because remember she said, "I don't cook, I don't clean. I'm gonna tell you how I got this ring." When her husband put a video of she cleaning, one, which she was doing a crappy job, but two, even she had also just a video just came out of her singing a song on Instagram and doing all that stuff. And then when her daughter came in the room, she turned the music off, which means that she don't let her. She said, "Oh, I don't do music for kids." Cool. And that's all right. The problem is though, a lot of women let their daughters hear that nonsense and empower them to do that crap, and the media push up that crap, the music industry and everything. So hey, I have not listened to. I have, like I said, I don't listen to mainstream radio no more. When it comes to mainstream music no more. It's to me, you have to be in it. It's subjective. You guys do it. That's all cool. But like hip hop and stuff like hip hop, R&B and stuff like that, pop in most cases has become to me has become garbage because none of the songs, whatever. Don't get me wrong. They got songs that came out that's pretty cool here, there, and there. Don't get me wrong on that. But listening to the radio for music, I don't do that no more. I carry beats that I create so I could start rhyming or writing songs for people. I carry artists that's like again like a Doom or Lady Lachey or Blue or Coolie High, like people who are not famous. They are good. They make Watsky like they good music, but they're not upper echelon. The people know who they really are. Like I mean, maybe few people might hear those artists' name and be like, oh, this is yeah, but not many people. They're not in the main light. And some of the, like I said, some are females and some are dudes. It's just like it's not there. So I'm in that situation as well too. Sheriff Alliance, Locomotion Band, LBC. I mean Locomotion Band. Sorry, Locomotion Band. Some artists that I work with. Hell, they and I'm working with new people this year as well. Last year to this year. Hopefully everything works out because Ariel might get her album out and we might get a short LP for an artist who get her out there, and working with this young cat who got some good bars. See what's going on. How about working with three, four cats that have some good bars? I should say. I guess they're one. I should say many. This one I'm working with right now. We try to do. People will say I'm trying to bite Nas X style, whatever, because of it's a country swang thing, but again, not really. But hey, it is what it is. When I create beats, I don't really listen to other stuff. I just come here, sit in a computer, just get on my keyboard, do stuff, and just have fun of it. So that's what I do. But again, like I said, the celebrities, them no. I mean, like I said, Whoopi Goldberg back in the day used to look up. I ain't gonna say look up to. I used to like say, all right, man, good. Do you got your cut up. Whoopi Goldberg was that. Yeah, sorry about that. Basically, Google picks up and try to do stuff. No, but it used to be that I used to this comedy and everything. Just used to listen to a radio show, but I can't listen to her no more because she's become delusional. One and two, I still can't get over the part when she's like, "Well, praising Roman Polanski and said it was a rape. This is a actual quote that she did an interview, and I'm like, a 13-year-old girl got sexually insulted. Wow, you people crazy. And the same thing with who said that the girl asked for, which was Quentin Tarantino. I gotta separate whatever. I can't say I'm not gonna watch Kill Bill because it's a very good movie. But the guy who says crazy stuff like that, I can't get with that. That is what? No. They're faltered they're faltered and did horrible stuff in people's lives. So I can't say that you think that messed up and think that what you're saying is okay because Hollywood's a cesspool. Let's see how the industry gonna survive. And also, they sold their soul to China, of course, so they could get their movies in there again. And we already don't see what the incoming president's already gonna do. So great. We're gonna say people like, oh, for the black people and all that stuff. And again, I still love that video. I already did a video about that in the last Project Open Mic, I think, showing that. Oh yeah, you voted for the guy, you put him in. He said some weird some stuff. And then when Al Sharpton and all those people were in a video call, and he talked to them like they were little kids. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Am I surprised? No. They want your votes, and then they just throw you away, and y'all keep voting for the same people. Am I shocked? Heck no. And I'm going to prove my point later on with one. I do have a clip that shows something that I need y'all to hear. But celebrities, no. I don't look up to them. If I ever got kids, I would tell them do not look to these people as whatever. They're regular people. Some of them are horrible in their thinking and they sold their soul for whatever. Also for the people in the music game. All right, let's see Joe Biden pick up Ice Cube or Lil Wayne or all the people that people say was bad. Let's see if they take up their way of helping the black community according to Ice Cube and everything. We'll see. Because remember, Joe said, hey, we're not going to talk about it now. We'll wait until after the elections. Elections already happened. You're president. Let's see what happened. Are we going to hear something or are we going to just get news media? Number 2, news media. Oh boy. As I got a video on my channel about this. They don't know what they're talking about. Majority of news media, again, all news media spins. Point blank period. All of them spin. Your Fox, MSNBC, CNN, whatever. Now, CNN and MSNBC has gone to trash, little trash. Good grief. The things they've done just to prove again, I am not a person, I'm not gonna lie to you to prove you wrong. But they will lie on you just to prove you wrong. And they're horrible with that. Um they all get spin. Like I said, they all do spin. Your New York Times, the LA Times, like I said, news media is also paper, print, and everything. Your Washington Post and everything. They spin everything. Okay. Funny again, Washington Post is owned by Jeff Bezos, so of course he does good stories about Amazon. And of course they're covering up one of the biggest theft in money, right? That happened last year, and it's also going to be keep on happening this year. But nobody's going to talk about it except small people who feel that they got hurt by the small businesses and everything else. And I'll talk about it a little with another thing. But yeah, and also, like I said, the old people, they keep their power. They know what they're doing. Your Don Lemons and stuff. You get not well. Chris Cuomo, Joy Reid, all those people. Hell, even like I said, even your Rush Limbaugh and all that stuff. Again, all those guys, they're gonna keep their not what was I forgot the guy Hannity on Fox and everything like that. Like they're gonna keep their stuff. They're just because the young people below them, the news reporters now they don't know. They one half of them don't be in the streets to learn, and there's nobody teaching these kids how to logically think. Literally coming out of college for the last couple of years, not even couple, last decade, critical thinking has been dying in the colleges and in schools. So they've been teaching it. These kids do not look and say why. They don't have that ego of like, okay, Why is the sun? Why at 6 o'clock it's red instead of orange? And it's just like they don't have that drive to go and figure out what's going on. Now they're just like, I don't care, blah 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 blah. That and in some degree, I can understand them because of how I feel what's going to happen from now on, which is basically the rich is going to get rich, the poor going to settle for the going to keep on settling and belling for the crumbs, and the middle class is going to get effed over. Literally, that's what's going to happen. But like I said, am I surprised that they still do lies and lie straight to your face? No, I've done videos about that too. They lie right in front of your face just because they want to keep the narrative. They do not want to tell you the truth. The coveting kids, again, the president itself. And it's funny that they don't want, they were like, the First Amendment, freedom of press and all that stuff. You had the battle truth that you don't like it, but again, I'm telling the truth. You had the first president in a while that was the most open, to the general public ever. Are we going to get that with Joe Biden? No, we didn't get that with Obama. Again, New York Times at the time said that he was the most secluded president that they ever seen. And again, they're on the left side, so it makes no difference what it is. But that's what we will have. Politicians. Oh, goody, 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 great. Politicians. Oh, yeah. They have become garbage. People say that I could respect the office, but I can't respect the person. It has become literally garbage. 100% garbage. There are only few people in politicians that I could respect and I have respect for because they have integrity. But majority of them, 99, 97% of them, they don't have no integrity. For your Nancy Pelosi to your Nancy Pelosi to your Chuck Schumer to your Nadler to your freaking Mitch McConnell, John McCain, please. And of course, from Lindsey Graham, no, they don't have no integrity. They talk all that nonsense. And I just list you Republicans and Democrats. They have no integrity at all. They don't. You Mitt Romney, you Susan Connell, that's two more Republicans. They have no integrity. And Mitt always talk about, I'm a church going, blah, blah. No, you could be church going, but you could be evil as evil can be. Like I said, that's why I say evil comes in all shapes, color, creed, whatever. So it makes no difference. Because again, I'm not going to say here that I'm mightier than thou, that I'm a saint by anybody's standard. But I'll tell you right now, Mr. McConnell, no, not Mr. McConnell. Mitt Romney, I'm gonna see you right down there in hell with everybody else who do horrible stuff. Sorry, you gonna be down there too, because you as Johnny Depp says, people who what do you call it when you in the private scale? The depths they have are for the people who have betrayed the trust in other people. Yeah, I didn't say quietly, but it's mostly for people who say, oh, it's basically stab people in the back. Same thing with Johnny Boy. Again, give you good for what you did in your duty with the military. I will give you respect for that, honor Mr. McCain. But as a politician, you were a horrible person. That's one of the reasons. Again, I could never vote for a guy like you because you wanted to go do horrible things and it makes no sense. And and you're shocked that you lost. Yeah, you're shocked you lost because you were a horrible person. The same thing with you, Mom. You didn't have no backbone in your body. You were fake as hell. And that's why you lost in 2012 too. But I'm happy not to vote for you guys because that was what it was. But yeah, politicians were just bad. And again, most of the people, majority of people, and I'm gonna put this in my mind too. Yes, people are like, oh, independent. I'm not an independent because you know what? After seeing what the independents have done last year too, they're basically they're no different from the damn Democrats. They're none. For the stimulus bill that just passed, majority of Republicans, let's see, 50 Republicans didn't sign it. All independents signed it. 2 Democrats didn't sign it. One of them I have respect for. The other one I don't respect for because she just wanted more crap going to crap. The other one, though, Tulsi Gabbard, which in my opinion would have been a better vice president and president than Kamala Harris, because at least she has more integrity than Kamala Harris had in her pinky. Because that woman would lie on anything. Kamala Harris is the, again, I'm going by her words, first American Indian, that's what she said, Indian senator. Black American Indian senator, she said, with all the stuff that just came out, not before last yesterday with all of the riots and stuff before that, with the whole freedom and the Kwanzaa and all that lies. Like, she and Hillary, the only general bone in Hillary Clinton and her is the lust for power. That is it. Other than that, they were lying for life's sake. Oh, well, it's to Tupac and all that stuff. Wait a minute, he was not there. You would have never had to listen to me because he wasn't big at that time. Oh, I'm a in that time. Oh, that crazy. Oh, our family celebrate Kwanzaa and all that. No, they were mostly Hindu. So you was with your mother. So no, you didn't. But you just want to, like, you don't have to go the extra route to do that stuff. It's just so ridiculous. Freedom. Yeah, you didn't that. You make up that story. Oh my goodness. Is any general, other than your lust for power, is any generosity in that lady? And she will become president. And we always see in that regard to see what she's doing. It's just like, oh my goodness, I just can't keep up with that nonsense. Oh, I smoke a little bit of weed while arresting people for weed. And then keeping people who serve their terms, keeping them so they could still be used as basically slave labor for the firefighters in California. She literally signed off on that one. So that was just like, that I can't do with that. That fakecy. We have one who basically said a lot of rasa stuff, but and as I showed you the video when they found out, oh, did Joe Biden said that? Yes, but people still whatever, and then it comes to the end, they're like, oh, well, they just come for your votes. Well, and you still vote for them, whatever. Heck, I had my cousin say, oh, well, I will vote for Democrats, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he cannot list me one thing they have done for him. And again, I am telling you right now, with what's going on with it, I'm not telling you to go damn Republicans either, because again, they have what's going on and everything. They retreated. So, sorry, McConnell, you literally, I agree with you on one thing. And like I said, that's how objective I could be. I agree with you there when President Trump asked for the whole nuclear deal and you said no. I agree with you in that. I'm happy that you blocked that and you stopped that. I am with you. But now that you don't have the power now, are the Dems going to respect what you just said? No. And we already know what Harry Reid did, when he opened up the nuclear deal for the judges, and how that turned out. Jeez. No. So you're gonna see how that craziness is gonna be. And Tulsi Gabbard was 10,000 times way better than Kamala Harris. She served. She has more integrity than Kamala Harris, and a pinky, and a better person than Kamala Harris, who went as shout outs to Jericho Green, who went vertical to went horizontal, to go vertical. So we know that lust for power. That's what it is. That's what it was. Hey, she and Hillary, that's what they have in common. He is the color version of Hillary Clinton, and we didn't, because again, I never understand why. Wait a minute, I'm a choose a woman who said I was a sexual deviant. I'll be nice in that part, and also that I was a racist. Yeah, Joe. Okay, if that's what it is, because I sure would never put nothing in that. But hey, another thing that I learned, the young kids, yeah. Education is effed, and the young kids' minds are mostly effed as well too, because again, they're not teaching critical thinking, and they're basically becoming what Stalin called them, useful idiots. And going back a little bit to what I was saying, I said don't vote for Republican as well too. Like I said, this is the time. Literally now, I'm a libertarian. This is the time. On Greenpeace, I don't care. This is time to get third party in for the next couple of elections. third party. The two party system has been corrupt for a while, and you've seen that. Like I said, you've seen literally what they both vote for. That they take your money, give it to other countries, and you get $600 back of your money. We took in the last fiscal term for the government, we took in $3 trillion and spent $6 trillion. Where the $6 trillion went to? It won't. It went to people who are buddies and all that other stuff, and that's why I'm gonna do a video going this far. Like I said, it's gonna be less. I mean, it ain't gonna be less. It's still gonna Project Owen gonna still be topical, but I won't do. You're gonna see more like I do longer videos about certain subjects because it needs to be talked about. Because again, I like going in with the young people and going into school, and which is the next thing after that. But they're not learning nothing. The young people has become used for idiots. To see them go out there and chant and just say yes, eat the rich and feed and boil the poor and blah blah blah. Remember Robin Hood? People thinking, oh yeah, Robin Hood, was steal from the rich and give to the poor. No, the story was Robin Hood stole from the corrupt, which were the politicians, and gave to the just. That's what it was. For people to say, oh, feed the rich. No, that's not what it was. Feed the rich, eat the poor. Who made more money last year? The rich. Jeff Bezos made tons of money last year. Why? Because the small pops, y'all was used for to let's shut down the small businesses. So small businesses losing money, didn't lose their job, lose their income, whatever. But the Walmarts, the Jeff Bezos, the Walmart, Amazon, the Targets, the big stores, yeah, they ain't shut down. Just like I talk about a Christmas story in Youngsville when I did about that. Small shops shut down. But the Lowe's, the Home Depots, wear a mask, but there's more people in there. It's just what? You gave more to the rich by the shutdown and all the shutdown and all the riots and everything, where you destroy stuff. That's what you did. And you hurt yourself because again, a lot of people who did riots and stuff. I'm not about the riots again, not the peaceful protesters, the riots, the people who destroyed certain blocks and stuff in cities. Then you're gonna be the same people a couple years from now saying they don't want to build in our neighborhood. Why the hell would they? I wouldn't want to build in your neighborhood. You tore down my store. That's why I did the video about a black woman up in New York who said, she said, well, Black Lives Matter. She's like, you tore down her store. And also the doctor who had a pharmacy because CVS and Walgreens didn't want to be in there. So he created a pharmacy. And what happened? You destroyed his pharmacy. So again, people might have died. I guarantee people died from them because they didn't get a medicine. Useful idiots. These kids are charged up, not knowing nothing, going running out there doing stupid stuff on the right and the left. Okay, both sides. It's just dumb. Young kids are just being charged up with nonsense. Y'all being played. Point blank. Period. Because they all say stupid stuff like they have insurance. You do not. You don't even know how. Do you know how insurance works? I did videos on that because I'm basically regurgitating from again for 2020. But do you know how insurance works? You don't. Now, and I've listed the statistics already. Not all companies have insurance. Most small businesses that started, when they've just started, if they're trying to get you, they're basically in debt until they can make a profit, and they don't have that. And if they do have insurance, it's to protect the stores, not the commodities. I've done videos on that. So if you have a store that you had jackets, shoes, and all that stuff, and what happened in it? What happened with that? Yeah, they could rebuild the store. But the inventory, the hundreds of thousands of dollars of inventory, gone. All that, gone. So what we're gonna do about that? But I was like, oh, they have insurance. You don't know how insurance works. You don't. That's crazy. Half of y'all don't even know how economics works and taxes. Tax the rich. Again, that's one of the videos I'm gonna do focusing on that. Tax the rich. Okay, California is learning that the hard freaking way. Oh, that's something I want. That's another clip I could have played right there. I might still do it. Then the clip, they're proposing this law they're trying to pass, saying that, oh, we're gonna tax this much money for people, which is it by itself is just stupid. But if you leave the state, oh, for 10 years we're gonna still tax you. Wait. I'm not in the state, and you will still tax my income that I'm not in the state in. One is unconstitutional. But kind of that's how crazy they think. And most of these people are just theorists. They're just academics. They don't put it. They don't understand the consequence of when you tax bad people, bad or good, but whatever you tax something, people are not gonna follow the rules that much. But they don't understand that. And so these young kids, they don't know that. They went to college. The professors fill them up with theories. They come out and say, "Oh, this is theories. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen." In real life, no. You tax people because remember, I'll give you the same example. France, 80% tax bracket. They wanted to do the rich. What happened? The rich. Here's the problem: rich people have money to move. They can move. And what happened was people were selling their chateaus that was $100 million for $5 million and moving to other countries. And what that happened was the people who said, "Oh, yeah, tax the rich, tax the rich." When they were moving, you got brought up in high in the bracket, so you became the one that started getting taxed. And that's where you're like, "Oh, well, I don't want this tax." That's why you had the thing with the petrol, last year, the year before, I think it was the year before, in 2019, where France was writing because the price of gas to go up and everything. Because you're the one that's gonna pay it, you people, you young kids that you talk about, all this money, $27 trillion in debt, y'all gonna be paying it. These old froggies and these old bastards in the Congress and in the Senate and everything, they're passing all that money. I'm gonna do this now and pass the buck on to you. So when your insurance is high, like again, 2021 just started. My insurance went up for healthcare. Am I surprised? No. A lot of insurance is going up because of what happened last year too, because of this damage and stuff. So the buildings and everything. Oh, that's please. Two things that happen: insurance went up, and if you're in a certain neighborhood, they ain't insuring you at all, at all. But they use young people to be the useful idiots. That's what they did. Y'all help money go to the rich more than you think. Oh, how is it for the poor? It went more to the rich, and you gave the poor more crumbles, and the middle class got effed over. Like I said, computer school learning, that was a bust. These kids are not learning. They don't have the attention span to learn through the computer. A lot of them don't. Still, they ain't learning nothing. Just be honest. They're not learning nothing. They ain't got the time. They don't have the attention span to do that. Again, Microsoft did sorry, not a survey, but experiment. Whatever it is. I'm lost for words right now because I'm kind of a little heated up, a little thinking other stuff. But Microsoft did this thing showing that the average American right now has the attention span less than a goldfish, which is 7 seconds, which is sad. It's sad. That's one of the reasons, like I said, for people on Facebook, like I said, I'm doing this for the radio show, for Positive Open Mic. I don't be on Facebook. Twitter, I don't want to be in that trashy place. Instagram, I don't have other than the show stuff. Instagram, Twitter stuff, yeah, no. I want to branch out to other stuff that has better way of doing things, but those no. Because again, you get in your echo chambers and you keep on repeating and regurgitating, the loud sounds get loud and you can't think. Like if I ever have kids, again, if I'm not going to give them a cell phone, I'm giving them an old school set, a jitterbug. That's as I said. I gave them a jitterbug. I'm not getting no smartphone for them to go to be crackheads or whatever. And studies have come out more and more showing that if you delay gratification, the kid will attention span will expand. They're quick to learn more stuff because they understand what's going on. Hey, my mom did that to me, and that's what I'm gonna do with my kids if I get kids. Oh, oh, stop crying, and I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you a Nintendo Switch. No, stop. You ain't. I'm not gonna give you that at all. You better stop crying. Just stop crying. Or if you want to cry your little lungs out, go right ahead. That's where it is. But you're not getting a Switch. You have to do something to earn the Switch. And crying is not. Stop throwing a tent to tramp them is not the answer. I need to see like my mom. I need to see some good grades. Let me see A B A B. Ah, hey, you know what? I will expand your hours on your Switch. Oh, I see some F's and C's and D's. Nope. Whoop, that's gone. That's gonna go. Delay gratification help these kids, but they're not. This computer thing is computer school learning is bust. Is a bust. It didn't work. Every people who have done tests on these kids to see if they retain anything from last year has been negative. No, they have not done nothing. So school learning, you have to have the majority of people are basically better in person learning. Now, if you have a one-on-one tutoring or whatever, that does work. But again, that's a one-on-one with the tutoring. The teacher doing all the classes, and then no, it's not. It's a mess. I've seen the videos. Oh, it's a mess. Who are the young kids? Endpoint taken. 2000, also 2020. I learn. We gotta stop putting all this gender nonsense in the damn schools. Teach the kids reading, writing, math, arithmetic, which is math. Sorry, but teach them that. Cool in elementary. That nonsense with the whole gender stuff, get that out of there. Please get that out of there. Because again, it don't make no sense. And people are like, oh, well, you're just because again, with the gender stuff and the transforming all that, it's always funny to me. I might get hit for this, but I don't care. I'm gonna tell you again. I gotta tell you the truth. People are like, oh, there's not two genders. Yes, they are because I never. Okay, a trans woman. What is that? A man changing to a woman. A trans man is what? A trans woman changing to a man. I don't see a person transferring into a mouse or a bottle of water or a car or I don't know a microphone. You're transgendering into the opposite sex of the thing. So there's only two genders. Stop that nonsense. Stupid. And I should not be in and all this crap they're putting in there. No, I want my son or daughter to learn how to write, read, critical think, do math, do science, simple science, not this crap. Like I said, that is full crap. There's no reality in it. I don't care what people say. There's no reality in it. What you want to do as an adult, I don't give about what you want to do, adult. Leave the damn kids alone. Teach them the damn thing. Teach them 1+1 and get that. I forgot. Common Core. Get that nonsense out of there. Oh, 2 + 2 = 5. No, 2 + 2 = 4. Again, that might trigger something with YouTube, whatever. I don't care, but I can't. I'm not gonna lie just to stay on the platform if that's what they're gonna try to. Another thing I learned too, yeah, the same thing, the Googles and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't trust y'all no more than anything. Social media is gonna go way more censoring. We're gonna do more stuff and push more nonsense in your face, just like the Hollywood's gonna push the more nonsense in his face. That's why I'm happy I ain't gotta watch Hollywood movies and stuff like that no more. Thank goodness. There's enough entertainment around the world that I ain't gotta do that nonsense. And I have enough of the classics. The two I've been doing it a good is I've been buying classic movies which doesn't have this crap put into whatever. Like I just bought Beverly Hills Cops 1, 2, and 3. 3 was, yeah, we know, but 1 and 2 is classics. Classics. You gotta have that. Your Rambos, classics. What else? I just Chronicles of Riddick. Again, not a super Vin Diesel person fan. Like I said, never was, but I did like the Riddick Chronicles, the Pitch Black, the Chronicles of Riddick, the Dark Fury, the whatever, all that, buying that on Blu-ray DVD, getting the old stuff where they try to push this nonsense in there, whatever. I bought like cartoons. Like I said, if I have kids, I have the old Looney Tunes, not the new one with this nonsense of Justin Mrs. Sam running around with a sickle, but you can't walk with a gun. That's stupid, stupid. Got the old Looney Tunes, the old Tom and Jerry. I got the old Scooby Doo before it became not so whatever. Again, same. You just have the good stuff. That's all it is. Before we start doing all this nonsense and trying to push genders in the daggone media and movies and TV shows and cartoons and stuff like that. I mean, I have not watched. Like I said, as an adult, I used to watch Cartoon Network. I'm not gonna deny it. I was until up to 2000 and maybe 11, and it started becoming trash. So let me see. Also, what I learned, you know what? Also learned words don't mean nothing no more by definition's sake because people are trying to rechange the words and rechange the definitions. Again, man, woman, all that nonsense, the same thing too. Racism, which is racism is what was it? What it was again? Racism. It has a word in it, which is stupid, and that's I forgot the definition that they put in Merriam-Webster, which was dumb. And preference is a now it's a hate word. What? I have a preference. Screw you, because I like what I like. You ain't gonna force me to like something I don't like. You ain't gonna do that. Sorry, it's just dumb. But I just want to play this little nugget because of changing words for stupid stuff. So here we got.
Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. A man and a woman.
You're a pastor, and you just said amen and a woman for what reason? Amen ain't nothing got to do jack squat with gender. It doesn't. See, he's getting into religion. He's getting into religion, and that's another thing I'll talk about. He's getting into your Christianity, your Islam, and all stuff in America, not in Islam in other countries. Oh no, they don't play that. Your Buddhism, all that stuff. Again, what the heck does it mean to have a diversity of color but not in thought? If you have black, I mean seriously, that is so stupid. If a black person say, "Put your hand on the stove," and a white man say, "Put your hand in the stove," and an Indian woman say, "Put your hand on the stove," what's the a diversity of a bad idea? That the person would say, "Wait, you put your hand on a burning stove, you're gonna burn yourself." You see how stupid that is? Diversity in color, but not in skin color, but not in thought. What the hell is wrong with you people with that nonsense? But we got to be all inclusive in diversity. That word doesn't mean nothing no more. But amen meant affirmation you just made. I agree. That's what it was. But now it's amen and a woman. What was that for? That was for nothing. Same thing with the whole history and herstory. It's not a gender thing, you morons. History word mean the past, learning of the past. Ain't got to do nothing with gender. So stop it. I've gotten to the point now that I have people like with all the phobias and everything. You're transphobic, you're dysphobic, and that phobic. Again, the word phobic used to be irrational fear. They changed the definition to mean hate, which is stupid. I do not hate a person who is a transgender. I don't hate a person who is homosexual. I don't hate them. I hate them for their character, not because they are that. Because again, a person who is homosexual can do horrible things. They could kill people just as much as a heterosexual could kill people. A trans person can kill people just as much as a person who's not a trans people. Non-binary, non-crap could kill a person just like a regular binary person can. Think. Makes no difference. So I don't hate, but I do have. But if you're gonna go that route, I have a phobia of stupophobia. That's why I got hate of irrational fears. And I do have a rational fear of stupid people. A man and a woman, history, herstory. What the heck is wrong with you people? I learned the words don't mean nothing no more. Navigate. I just listened to a video where a woman just said having multiple sex partners. I don't care if you call me a hoe because I'm gonna change the definition of the word hoe. Sweetheart, you could do whatever you want to do with your body. You're right. And I'm gonna do a video about this because I did an experiment and it's funny as hell. You could do whatever you want with your body. It's your body. You know, they say your body. Funny enough that you still say, "Oh, but we need." Men should not. Men should get away from. What is it? Men should not tell a woman what to do with their body. Okay, then you should not tell us what to do with our money. Oh, we need free birth controls. No, 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 no. You pay for it yourself. You pay for it for yourself. Why you ask? Why you want my money to give you free birth control? That's asinine. And the reason I was saying that because I did an experiment where people on certain dates and stuff trying to see stuff and people was telling me I'm seeing stuff. I'm like, do 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 these people not read, or or just that they think that they're the best woman out there that they could get that I'm just gonna like, oh, I'm just gonna go, oh, because you talk to me. Sorry, wrong guy. I don't fall for that nonsense. You're gonna see a no street. You're gonna see a no straight chase, straight no chaser video coming about that nonsense as well too. Oh, you talk to me. Oh, I should. I'm not those guys. I'm not those crazy guys who think, oh, a woman talked to me. I should feel blessed that a woman talked to me. No, I'm not. Because it was weird. I say certain things in a profile, and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna just ignore what you say. You will still like me. The hell? What kind of thinking is that? No. No, I'm not. Oh, you an a-hole. Okay, I'm the a-hole because I don't acquiesce to your request. That you told I'll give you an example, just to get an example. I'm single. I ain't got no kids, like as you said. I put in the profile up the top. Still want a family, want to have kids. You would think that's simple. And I said, I basically, I like I said, I'll show this. It'll be his own video. So that's what it is. But I still get women with. I had one that had me laughing. Have 4 kids. Says she don't want no more kids, but still trying to talk to me. I'm like, what? You think you all that in a bag of greasy chips that I should just what? You have 4 kids, so I got to take on your 4 kids, but you don't want to have a kid with me. Yeah. The conversation ain't gonna start, sweetheart. It ain't. That's stupid. You're entitled, and I'm gonna entitled. Like I said, pretty girl syndrome. That's what I call it, and that's why I was gonna be calling it. I'm not doing that. No. But a word definition is one that's just ridiculous. A man, a woman. Does that make sense? It's not a gender thing. A man was again. It was not. It does not mean a man. It never meant that. Never was meant that. Just like history, it doesn't mean that, because if you do that to all those stuff, it's gonna just any word you say, there's just gonna be like I just did, just babble. That's all it's gonna be. That's one. And two, another problem with that is, because it ain't gonna happen. For the person again, the people who spit this nonsense out are the ones who said we don't like cultural appropriation and all this stuff and all that nonsense again. And they're the same ones who do cultural appropriate the worst way ever and tell other people with Latin X and Filipino X, oh, we're taking away gender language from your language. Who are you to? Who are and mostly this is white leftist women? Got the power to tell a person that you should not say amigo and amiga, amigex. This is so stupid. You got the gall to tell people what they should say, how to change their language. Wow, wow. Oh yeah, and yeah. I learned this year. Yeah. I separate like I've done it years before, but I am set in my ways of saying this. There's white ring. There's right. There's center. There's liberal, and there's left. If you want to say right, you want to say conservative, whatever. But there's the left. Right wing is dangerous. The right wing is dangerous. I get that. But to be honest, I'm less worried than them than the left because the leftists pretend so much to be your friends, and they don't want again. That whole critical race theory thing, that is all telling again. And I read that woman's book and all that thing. I told you, is basically saying black and brown, basically brown people. Because again, to be honest, literally, this is black. This right here is black. You can see I'm lighter than that, so I'm basically brown. But basically, for the argument of what they call it, black and brown people are stupid and white people are evil. That book is just, I don't know how people can read anything. This is a great thing unless you're a college student or you're a college academic that never put again your theory into real life. It's crazy. And this is not a bad. This is a good. This is a good. It's a negative, but it's a good for me. What I learned is I was correct. Don't trust the government. I do not trust the government. Kind of look at all the politicians who say what they want to say, but they went to other places. Your Gavin Newsom, I already talked about him. I'm gonna do a video basically about certain things about that, but Gavin Newsom, oh, stay home, but you're out in your club with your lobbyists and medical people eating up me 100,000, thousands of dollars of food. Yeah, go ahead. And that's Pelosi. Oh, we don't need this. Oh, wait, but you go get your hair did. Same thing with the mayor from Lori Lightfoot, Cuomo with his nonsense. Hell, that what the teachers union in Chicago is saying, oh, going back to school is racism. Okay, or going back to school, people demanding kids going back to school is racism. Okay, why you oh that's oh, wait a minute. You're saying, and we should not go back to school because of the virus and everything. Where are you saying that? Oh, you're saying it from the Caribbean in San Juan by the pool. Look at this, guys. I have the pool all to myself. You piece of, you know what? Let me not be. Let me let a woman say what it is.
You piece of loser.
Thank you, ma'am. Correct. She's correct. So let a woman tell another woman, because that's where you are, lady. Same thing with the mayor of San Francisco. Oh, I don't want to. Oh, yeah, you going to Hollywood? You guys going to Hawaii and all this. And you went no. San Francisco. She went straight. She went to the same restaurant as Gavin Newsom. And then I forgot the other woman who went to San Francisco. Went to Hawaii. They don't give a rat's butt about y'all guys. And so the government, that goes back to really the politicians per se, but the government, because rules for thee, not for me, of course. And I want to play you. Okay, I'm gonna break this down. And I'll play the clip. The vaccines, right? At this time, how the vaccines are supposed to be. The federal got everything to the federal government, got it to the states. I have no problem with that. States find out how to divvy up the vaccines. I have no problem with that. I have the problem, though, with the states doing the most dumbest of stuff, though. The two most popular states, California and New York. And let's talk about New York again. Cuomo, the guy who put people with COVID in a nursing home and killed people because of the virus being more effective to elderly. Funny how that works. but then got an Emmy award for doing a good job, which is this is why I said Hollywood is just a cesspool of evil. I don't know how you get an award for doing that. Now here's another award. I call it the stupid award because he is stupid. When I mean stupid, I'm not talking about the low intelligence. I'm talking about the stupid of basically the sense, logical, common sense stuff is gone out, and you're just going for the virtue signaling points, which is dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. There were supposed to be 20 million people vaccinated by now. Only 5 million. As of 2 days ago, was as of Monday was 5 million. Fauci said it was supposed to be a million a day. Okay, yeah. But when you have the most populous states of people are doing the government is in that states are doing the dumbest of stuff, I don't know what to tell you. The vaccine is expensive. No offense about that. We're getting it to people as best as they can. As best as they can. Florida, Texas, they're trying to do as other than the frontline people and maybe some elderly, whoever want to come because not everybody want to take the vaccine. Whatever. Don't force them. And it's not like it's a lot not to force them to do that stuff as well too. 20. Because ain't Hollywood the one don't have all the thing, but we don't want to take all these vaccines because it causes autism and everything. So it's weird how they flip flop between this crap, but whatever. They come up with this stupid thing. So it basically, like I said, Texas, Florida, first come, first serve. Other than against frontline or whatever, that makes sense. I'm cool with that. That's all right. New York, though, no, we're gonna do it by equity. Why? That's stupid. That's a stupid way of spreading something. You want more people to get this so we get to the herd immunity, but you're gonna take your time and say, well, we need all these people. Who said all these people want to take the shot? You're so stupid. And because they're doing this, once the vaccine has been thawed, you have 3 days before it expires. So they're throwing away the vaccine because they expire because of this nonsense. And then because of that, Cuomo come up with a bright idea. Oh, if anybody does this or whatever, we're gonna that's not giving people whoever comes first, whatever, but give but equity with the whole diversity crap. We're gonna find you $1 million. We're gonna take your license to go in New York City. Escape from New York is all I can tell you. So you have a city that got hit hard by this virus. Instead of spreading the vaccine as fast as you can so we can get inoculated, you're gonna use the justice stuff, the social justice crap. Jeez. Human beings. Human beings. So I'll play the clip of what I'm talking about because it's just human beings again.
More on what to say in just a second. Where we are in reality is that fewer than 5 million people have been vaccinated so far versus the 20 million they promised in December. So they thought they could do 20 million. They ended up doing 5 million.
Yeah.
And then
we have people like Scott Gottlieb saying, what about pharmacies? Seems a little late to be having this discussion.
Well, I'll tell you what, I could be reading into what he's saying because I have a certain point of view on this whole thing. But I think what he was getting at, and he's got an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal about it too. I
was gonna say, which he did put up. Scott Gottlieb is one of a leading scientist and doctor and everything. Was saying that we need to this social engineering is stupid. Let's help a lot of people to get inoculated with the virus so we can against the virus and everything. Excuse me. And he stated this out. That's why I mean, he's because on a radio show you try to not preference a lot of stuff and like I've done as well to preference certain words so you could sound softer. But sometimes you just need to just tell the straight out truth. But Scott Gottlieb did wrote it in the Washington Post and in the way else. Because I saw the one on the Washington Post.
Journal about it.
And the Wall Street Journal. Okay. About this, which is like, I'm like, yes, just makes sense. It just makes simple sense. But I'll play the clip, not for the rest of it.
Too. I think what he was getting at, and apparently didn't feel like he could say it, is this whole being really worried about equity and breaking it down by race and all this different sort of stuff is bogging everything down. Just get it out to people. Get it out to all the people that want it. All the old people. Doesn't matter who they are. If you're old and you want it, go get it.
It's the Florida model, right?
Yeah, Florida and Texas model. I think that's what he was saying. This happened in New York last week, and this is how they ended up in New York, where they were actually throwing out vaccines that had expired because they didn't get enough of it into people's arms. It expires really fast.
Wow.
Especially the stuff that gets really, really cold.
Yeah, once it's thawed, I think you got like a 4 or 5 day window in which you have to use it, something like that.
And they didn't have enough people that were getting the shots because of the way they were going about the whole equity thing.
Because they're so up their own heinies over who gets it when nobody was getting it.
Exactly. And here's the executive order that went out from the governor of New York, Cuomo. I'm issuing an executive order increasing penalties for providers that intentionally disregard prioritization. In other words, if you don't make sure you're prioritizing, this and that and this and that, you're in big trouble. I'm making administration to a person knowingly not eligible maybe result in a penalty for the provider up to $1 million in revocation of all state licenses.
Great Scott.
So $1 million penalty if you give one person a shot that wasn't supposed to be, next in line at that priority list. And they ended up wasting a whole bunch of it. And I guarantee you that's happening all across the country.
So for the young or the inexperienced or the not terribly bright, here's an explanation. If you introduce onerous penalties for people doing a thing wrong, they will do that thing very, very carefully and very, very slowly. And you'll have that result. That's amazing. Meanwhile, Florida and Texas, with a more free market-y approach, we got 1 million doses. The first 1 million people to show up, we'll have 1 million people inoculated. And they are giving it out like crazy.
Exactly. Somebody tweeted this as an explanation of the Governor Cuomo model, which I thought was pretty good. As the Titanic was sinking, lifeboat priority was women and children first. The officer doing the starboard boats did that, but allowed men to take any empty seats that were left. The officer on the port side preferred to lower boats part empty rather than let men in them because that was not part of the order.
Wow.
That is exactly the difference in attitude.
God, that's so angering. And how predictable is it that, your Cuomos and your Newsoms and your Whitmers, your Democratic governors are going with the hyper-aware equity. We need inclusion. So we need intersectionality.
I don't know this completely, but I think that Gottlieb was trying to get at that without, crossing any lines that would get him in trouble.
And if you read Gottlieb's piece, he was saying Gottlieb didn't want to say that because I've seen the clips. He didn't want to say that on like camera or audio, but he wrote about it. So he's like, he wrote about it that this is stupid.
I also think a lot of this only getting 5 million doses out when we thought it would be 20 million is because we had our heads up our own behind so far in this whole equity BS. I remember, at the end of the year, I kept saying it bothers me that every time somebody brings up the vaccine, they throw in the word equity, like that's the most important thing in the world.
Yeah, I know it. I have a slew of statistics and a couple of stories that point out that so much of that whole intersectional equity, all that crap we've been hearing about now, all the garbage that they're indoctrinating our kids with on college campuses, it's factually incorrect. A lot of the so-called oppressed groups aren't oppressed at all. Not in terms of education, not in terms of income and that sort of thing.
And that is really true. I'm going to be doing this, basically, going to be talking more about that this year because I'm trying to make sure my words are not, I should say, like profanity laced or whatever. So because I don't really do that on this project open mic, but I do play clips that have that. So because I want people to teach this to these kids. Like I said, there was a lady I remember it was last year when she said she turned her son on to well, young son on to what we're saying. So again, I got a responsibility of doing that, even if it's one or two children that could understand what I'm talking about. You know, getting them to learn a critical think. I will gladly take that scenario and do that. But I'll continue.
There's no basis at all. Never mind, even if it were true, the worst thing in the world you can do is put a bunch of central planners in charge of it to dole out perfection, on their schedule and in the way they see fit.
Interesting.
I wanted to follow up a little bit on that email we touched on in the last segment from Pilot Bob, Faggoty Pilot Bob, friend of Armstrong and Getty over. Happy New Year, boys. Missed you guys during the break. Thank you, Bob. That's very kind of you. He says, I've done a lot of research and found out zip. For months, we've known that the vaccine would be delivered to California, which is where he lives. Then the state's been informed by the feds as to availability, distribution. I've heard all about the logistics work the feds have done to ensure the vaccines would be delivered. From what I understand,
California.
Project Warp Speed had manufacturers producing huge quantities of vaccine even before they were approved. That's absolutely correct. We've been talking about that. Heard about FedEx and UPS being so busy they couldn't deliver Christmas presents, et cetera, et cetera. I see our state leaders are now getting vaccinated. Of course, they are essential workers. I hope all our frontline health professionals are getting it. But I get no end of emails, texts, beeping phone alarms from California or the county telling me how bad things are, where I can go for a test, how I have to stay inside, but not a single word of when, where, or how I can get the vaccine. I'm 65 plus. Endless stories in the news about how people are dying. Yet
so he's over 65 and can't get any information.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any information, but I just assumed I'm so far down the list that, I'll get it someday. Right. But yeah, man, if you're over 65, you'd think it'd be very easily gotten.
You'd think you'd at least know how it's going to happen in the future. Endless stories about how people are dying. Yet when we have the potential game changer in hand, not a word on how to plan to get it. Only thing I can find is that California has a working group saying they're still figuring out how to divvy it up, and he includes the link. Lots of talk about equity. Nothing about setting up parking lots starting tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's the same theme. We got this text. Revocation of state licenses is a big hammer. That's taking a person's livelihood. Usually you have to commit a major, well-known professional or personal transgression of the rules to have that happen. And the governor of New York threatened anybody who accidentally or purposely gave a shot to somebody that wasn't on the special list.
Right. If on the eve of the expiration of the vaccine, the hospital director were to say, well, that would be insane and immoral to let this stuff expire, everybody in the hospital, from sprained ankles to cancer, you're getting a shot. If he did that, he and his hospital, maybe his company, could be put out of business by the fiat from the angry emperor of New York.
Well, he'd have been the guy on the one side of the Titanic saying, might as well get men in this boat rather than lower it half full.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we see central planning at work. And yet, our chillins falling for the obscene promise of socialism. I have some great stuff on that, too. Just a brilliant little essay.
Again, so that's the government for you. Rather waste the vaccine that's built trillions of dollars worth, whatever. Waste the vaccine just because of equity, which is stupid. And then if anybody basically the guy who just said that, Joe said, so if the head doctor at the hospital say, wow, we got 3 days, shoot, we still got a couple more, hey, give it to anybody else who would want to take it. Oh, you can't do that. We're going to shut down your hospital and take it away. That's stupid thinking. But again, that proves my point. Why I trust the government? Huh. So that's I'm not gonna say negative, but it's a positive me, because I always say I don't trust the government. I don't care who's in charge. Don't. Because hell, I was just talking to my mother, and she was talking about how here's the nonsense with the taxes and everything. Virgin Islands, seriously, what's going on with you guys down there? Most of you people on Facebook ain't gonna know about this. It's funny because they heads up their butts too. And they're thinking, because I was used to kill when people from Virgin Islands or from my country news be like, "Oh, Obama, this blah blah blah." Your own people who look just like you doing you horribly. It's stupid to think, oh, just because you're the first black woman, the first black. What? I don't care. If you're gonna be the first black woman gonna steal from me, I don't give a crap what you are. If the white man gonna steal me, the black woman gonna steal from me too. She's just so stupid. But I thought my mom, she has not gotten her tax refund, her money that she paid into the government, and they gave taxes. She has not gotten her tax refund from since 2018. She talked about my sister's godparents. They just got their tax refund from 2017. This is 2020. This is 2021. The government, this is money that is your money that they're holding on and wasting, and they have not gotten their refunds. So when shout outs to I call him SK, but on Facebook, but to my friend Cleveland, sorry, and he understood it. He understood it after I explained it to him. But he did say something that made me say this was like, he's saying about, because when President Trump passed that you have more tax, you keep more taxes in the tax reform thing, and you have more money in your check. You have more taxes in your check, so you don't have to give more money to the government at the end of the year, or whatever. And you have, yes, your refund will be less, but you have the money. You have the money. And people are like, oh, my refund is lower. You gave them the money, and they gave you back the little bit of money they have. That's your money. And I said, I'd rather you, the way that I get less refund back and the more money comes towards me, I'm cool with that. Why? Because if I give the money to the government, they got the money on hold and they could do whatever it is. And there you go. My sister's godparents, 2017 again, a tax refund. 4 years ago. My mom has not gotten her tax refund from 2018. Are you kidding me? But that's what people want. That's what it is. It's just so funny how people go with that nonsense. And they gotta get it to the politician. They did a good job with all ours versus these and all that stuff. It makes no difference. It doesn't make no difference. They're gonna rob you. Now, one side gonna do way more dangerous when it comes to that stuff. And we're gonna see that maybe they have simple majority now. Welcome your new overlords. You have the executive branch, Democrats. You have the senators, the House and Senate, Democrats, and the Congress also gonna be Democrats. Great. We're gonna see how that works out. May God bless all of us. Okay. Now, another thing that's good. So again, I'm doing stuff now. I'm on the good side. The negative side is what it is. So I'm on the good stuff. That one was because I know I don't trust the government. It is good. It proves my point. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about it, but it is something that happened negative 2020. That was devastating in a way, but not really. It's something that I can move on to. But good that I learned. Because of what's going on, like I said, I'm from the Caribbean. Hurricanes comes every year. You basically prepare. One of my grandmother's saying is, hope for the best, prepare the worst. Basically, that's for people who don't understand this. This is basically, I don't wear it. Should we start raining again? But like I said, this is T3. This is what it is. And basically T is my name and 3 things that my grandmother told me. So she told me, to live by. Keep God first. Acknowledgement, and He'll bless you. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And when it comes to the alternate sex, which is females, beauty, skin, deep, ugly to the bone. That's the 3 things. I designed that, turn it into a thing, register it, blah, blah, blah. But the part I was going to say that was, I was surprised and shocked. This is an American thing, of course. Like with the toilet papers. I was shocked and surprised. A lot of people do not, and it's not because, and this is not because, oh, they're poor and none of that stuff. Those who are ultimately poor, it's still weird because you can get food stamps and all this stuff. You can buy stuff, but whatever. I decline from that nonsense. They don't, more than I forgot the number. What's it? Is it 55%? 55%? Don't quote me on that, but about 55% of people don't have $500 in the savings account in case of emergencies. Are you crazy? $500? What? Crazy. $500 in case of emergency. And I'm gonna talk about that at the end of the show about something too, But yeah, I was surprised people didn't like for real. Like I had toilet paper. Why? I go Sam's Club. I buy bulk stock. I literally have a bucket of rice. Why? Because it just was in me to have rice. So I have 25. I bought a 25 bag of rice, and when people was like, "Oh, yeah," I had food. I had meat. I had chicken. I had all that stuff because I rotate my selection when I'm doing stuff. Part of my cooking, which is another good thing that happened this year that I learned. Like I said, I've got more. I don't want to say the word organic because it's a buzzword as well too. But I've got more like I know the ingredients of what I'm using in cooking. I'm cooking more healthier. I've been cooking healthier before, but it took me to the next level last year. It did took me to the next level. I was like I told my mom, I have eaten more fish, wild caught fish, not farm fish, because if you've seen those videos about the farm fish, it's not really all that great. But wild caught fish. I ate more fish in last year than I've ever eaten in the last couple, in like maybe a couple of years combined. I have chicken, pork, fish, beef. I rotate it every week. Like just right now, I'm eating beef. Next week, I'm gonna be eating fish. Like as the that with the well, of course with the side with rice or pasta or potatoes or whatever, like mix it whatever, and I have that. And that stuff, like I said, I'll show you guys for people out there because sadly, to a lot of young kids don't know how to cook. They're gonna use the DoorDash and everything else again. But if the store but again, if you're Uber Eats, but if the restaurant shuts down, what you gonna need? You gotta be self efficient. Really, it is. And that's what I'm talking about. That I learned. So, but I was just surprised that people just didn't have, didn't have nothing. I had paper towels. I had toilet paper. I had detergent. I had all this stuff. And right now, I still have that. Have I gone out and bought stuff just in case? Yes. I have enough toilet paper to last me. Well, again, between just me and my sister live in this house, so it lasts us till the end of next year, maybe. I don't know. You don't want to get diarrhea or nothing. You never know. But we have enough for that. Same thing with paper towels. Same thing with detergent. With this virus, where you want to make sure that you out about, you have these things. I wash my clothes with sanitizer, liquid sanitizer that kills the coronaviruses and stuff like that. Remember, coronavirus is not the COVID is a strain. That's why I said that's why I said earlier when people are like, oh, there's a mutation, but basically that's the common cause of coronavirus. The flu is a corona, influenza is corona. Am I supposed to be surprised? No. People are like, oh, shock for what? I don't get it. But yeah, I have my stuff because I just know that. But it did like I said, it did push me forward into doing more healthier foods and stuff like that. So I've been enjoying that. And with that, plus the way I've been eating food and getting my exercise and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people, you do need to get out, get your exercise. I feel bad for the people in the cities because of how these people crazy in the cities like that. That's why I moved to the country to get away from this nonsense. But yeah, from May of last year until December, I think the first week of December, I've lost 40 pounds, and trust me, I was shocked. But I didn't do anything extenuous. I didn't went to the crazy radical diet. I didn't went to do crazy workout at the gym, soup, whatever. I work out at home. I use something called Ring Fit, which is a video game slash exercising thing. I walk around my neighborhood, which is about 2 miles on Sundays. Not now, be honest with that, but when this weather's good, whatever, I've done that. As you see, many times you guys see me on here. I don't promote nothing, but I drink a lot of water. I've been drinking water a lot of time, but I'm drinking more water than usual. Not because of COVID, but I just, like I said, just drinking a lot of water. And to be honest, the simplest thing ever is just no matter what diet you do, you burn more than what you take in. You're gonna lose weight. Simple fact in that regard. I still eat my sweets once in a while. I don't eat as a lot. I look at the labels more to see added sugar, not added sugar and stuff, because I do drink cranberry juice in the morning, and I have cranberry, like fresh cranberries. I do my own cranberry sauce and everything. Yeah, you don't need sugar to turn that tartness. You ain't drinking. Oh boy, whoo! You've eaten cranberries fresh. You have to have a certain taste to it. I could do it, but drinking it though, I don't know about that. But if I'm like apple juice, like the apple juice I have down there, 100% apple juice, 100% grape juice. It doesn't have any added sugar. It just no added sugars in it. It's just what it's supposed to be, which is good. That's the way it's supposed to be. Cut back down a lot of processed foods. That's what I've done. I mostly go to when I at Sam's. I get the deli cuts of the meat, so I have it. So yeah, what it is. But that has also like I said, that has helped me with me being more healthier and losing the weight. All I need to do now is to shape up. When I mean shape up, just shape the stuff. I got a 4-pack. I ain't get a 6-pack yet. Losing the weight, but I gotta work that 4 to turn into a 6. That's what I need to do. I mean, people, now that I'm basically at my BMI weight, I'm only doing that because I know about the BMI and all that stuff. But the BMI weight of 180, and I'm 6 feet tall. People are like, "Oh, well, you need to bulk up and turn this into." I'm like, hey. I'm 38. Ain't unless it's a life or death situation, I'm gonna lift heavy stuff. I'm all right. Okay, I'm just gonna be slender, and I'm cool with that. But that's another thing that was a good thing that learned up in that regard. Another thing that also that I learned in 2020 that I'm doing right now, hopefully never doing good, is DIY projects. I'll say that. That's the best way to say it in that regard. Yes, even though the house is brand new and I move into it, I still do stuff like I have smart switches down. My first floor is basically all smart switches. Basically, got the 2 bedrooms. The downstairs is doesn't have that, but it will be that. But I'm the one who put it in. I learned how doing electricity, doing the DI projects, going on YouTube, learn how to do certain things. I like that my DIY stuff got knowledge went up. My porch is a wood porch. Like I said, it's brand new, but I want to make sure that thing lasts long. So I had to stain it. So I did the whole thing and stained the whole thing. And basically know how to rescreen a door. I'm not gonna be lying, I never did it. People might say simple. I never did it. So I did it for the first time. Rescreen a door. I'm gonna do stuff with a garage and stuff like this year. That's DIY is gonna keep on going. I got motion sensor lights in certain areas, so I don't have to worry about it at all, like in my laundry room or my walk-in closet or any of the other bathrooms I have. 3 bathrooms, so it's like 3 guest bathrooms. So yeah, if you go to those bathrooms, you just walk in, the light turns on, you walk out, you're good. You don't worry about turning the light on or whatever. So, and also, like I said, you don't need it. You don't use emotion. You don't really need smart everything in that regard. But yeah, learning how to make apps talk to each other, sync it up. It was a pain in the butt. Not all of them still talk to each other well. Ugh. But DIY projects, I learned very well, and it has not only with my solar panels that I have saved me like power. It also saved me power on my bills and everything because like I said, my bills are like $20, $13. Last bill was $40 because it's winter, so I'm using more heat, of course. So having that, yeah. But DIY projects, I've learned to, like I said, the YouTube is successful in its way, but if you're watching just like the news and all the political topics and everything like that, but there are many content creators on YouTube that teach you how to do a lot of DIY projects, even cooking. Like I've never done. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's a lie. It's not. I ain't never done it. That's what I'm saying. That I have done. I homemade ice cream myself. I've done that, but I have never, but I wanted. I'm a sucker for. I grew up on a. There's a special truck that used to come around the neighborhood, and he used to have certain ice cream, and I want to. I'm trying my best to recreate that certain ice cream, and I like soft serve. I've done hard, ice cream regular. I've done that homemade. I've done that before in the past, but last year was the first time I did soft serve ice cream, and people would like had a vanilla, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, it's rich. This is good." Blah blah blah. Like it, they were loving it. So again, that's gonna be stuff on a new channel that you guys will promote when once it's I got everything straightened out with that. Yeah, but even pasta sauce from scratch, I could tell you that and it comes out really good, and stuff like that. So I learned the cooking, the DIY, and another part of that was I'm from the Caribbean, so I like to drink a lot of for my voice. Sometimes my voice. That's mostly why I drink the water for. Not really to be I'm thirsty. I do it just to keep my voice from being hoarse and stuff like that. So, but I drink a thing called lemongrass for that as well too, and I've been doing that from since I was young. I love it, love it. But it's hard to find most places. In most places, not all. In like if you go to we have a store called Wegmans, and it's like $7, $8 for this little strand, and then I got this Oriental store that sells it, and they give you a couple stocks for more, of course. But there's sometimes when they never get it, and it sucks. So what I've done is I'm trying to propagate it right now. So I got it in a cup down there. I don't know if I wonder if it won't show on the camera. I know it won't show that well. I will see because I was showing it to somebody. Let's see. I don't let's see if it would. It's light. Okay, so like I said, that right there, I'll tell you what that is. But that right there is lemongrass, and it's growing in the cup. You got roots, and I'm gonna this weekend I'm gonna put it in some soil. Put it in some soil and stuff. And the thing that's beside it is onions, a bunch of onions, which is weird. It was one onion, of course. I left it in the pantry. Then you ever seen when the onions start to go to shoots out, whatever. I might do a video about that as well too, if it works out. But it starts going shoots, whatever. And I took it, follow a video also from YouTube, split it, and as you could, like I said, it's growing. So that's the grandma grass, and then that's the onions. It's growing. Circle, I have my own onions inside the house and stuff like that. So I'm learning stuff. I learned how to do bread for the first time last year from scratch, which is good. I'm trying to do cinnamon bread. I hope I can learn to get that done. But yeah, so it they have some good stuff that happen, and it's sad that my cynicalism has grown up as well. Bad, but hey, it is what it is in that regard. So yeah, they sitting back and reading more stuff and watching more videos on stuff like that has helped me out in many ways and has been a good thing. I'm just sorry because you see me looking over here is because of my list of stuff I wrote down. Also, I have to say, it has been 2020 has also made me a better shopper. In that I don't have to spend crazy amount of money to get the groceries and stuff I look at. I look at the stuff that I need the bulk, I'll get it there. When I need the separate stuff, I get it at a different store. People are like, oh, you go buy everything from Sam. No, you don't. No. Some stuff you can. Some stuff you can. Not all the stuff you can though. So you know the difference, whatever. Because I had a friend of mine who basically didn't like spending a lot of money a week on groceries, and some of it get thrown away, but most of it's like, oh, you're spending 300. I'm like, are you crazy? And she's like, well, how do you do this? How you spend blah blah blah? I'm like, okay, tell me what you want, and I'll buy your groceries next week. And I bought it for her, and she was like, how much you spend? I said $50. What? $50. You spent $300 for some crazy stuff. I'm talking like we had fish and meat and chicken in there. Like it was $50. And it's not no like low whatever. Of course, it's basically going to it's the butcher cutting them. So it's straight cut, good cuts. And nonsense, so don't whatever. Is good meat, good food, good fruits, all that stuff. And she was surprised. Yeah, you don't need to spend crazy amount of money. I think I spend with all the stuff I do, on an average, I spend about $65 a week on groceries. Because most of it is because I replenish my fruits. I do when I'm doing, like I said, I don't do crazy diets, but I do eat a lot of fruits. I think natural sugar from the fruits our body can handle that. Added sugar is different. That's my thing. It's crazy to think that we were not evolved to handle fruit sugars or vegetable fruit sugars, but people think, again, diabetics and everything. I get that, but I'm not. So hey, but in that regard of that, it's like I was saying, it's like kiwis, bananas, grapefruits, pomegranates, grapes, stuff like that. Grapes, small tangerines, tangelos, stuff like that. Of course, cases of water, which is like I said, this 48 for like $3. Cases of water, and like I said, the meat. Yeah, I could get like I get pork tenderloins for 4 pork tenderloins for $12 or $13, or get 3 pounds of really lean beef for $14. Mahi for $16 for 2 pounds. They already done cut up fillets. They already done cut up stuff like that. And of course, if I buy rice, the rice like I just said, I ain't gotta buy rice no more. Pasta. I have the pasta now. I will try to see if I can make my own pasta from scratch just to learn it. But I have pasta. I ain't gotta worry about that for a while. So I have that. Potatoes, yeah. If I gotta do potatoes, I gotta do potato salad or roasted potatoes, something like that. Yeah, you have to buy it as well too. But it's not that much money to really do the stuff. Heck, snacks, peanuts was like 2 pounds of cashews, like it's $11. And I'll show that stuff on the other channel because I don't think you need to go crazy with all that stuff. But I learned to shop better in 2020. I'll say that. That is legitimate truth. You gotta know where to get the bulk, and you know when you need to get individuals. That's what you need to do. I go back and forth with them. I go between Wegmans and Harris Teeter for like the small stuff I would need, whatever. And then if I need the bulk stuff, like I said, I'll go with Sam's Club. That's why I got in that regard. So another shop better. But with that, let's go with 2021. I'm not gonna trust the government still, no matter what. Even worse now, I ain't gonna trust the government. The thing I was looking forward to is, again, take care of yourself. Be careful with what you're doing with other people. Make sure you wear your mask, your glove, protect the people that's most vulnerable, of course. But my best advice for 2021 is this. Going back to the $500 thing I was talking about. If you are working, you have a job, try your best. Seriously, try your best. Now, if people say, "Oh, you put in the stock market, all that stuff, whatever," go ahead. Not knocking that. Do what you got to do, savings. But if anything, have yourself an emergency fund savings. Please have about by the end of the year, if nothing goes crazy, but if you can, have at least $1,500. Again, if you want to know how I do stuff, every paycheck, $50 goes to my emergency fund. I have money going other places, but to my emergency fund, $50 goes to that, and it builds up quick every paycheck. Because if you think about it, I get paid every other biweekly. I get paid bi-weekly by my regular job that I do. I do have a side thing. This right here, again, I'm doing this for free for now. Hopefully, I'll set up an app, and you guys, if you want to donate, donate. I'm not forcing whatever, but I'm doing this because I think it's a cause or calling I have to do. But if you save $50 because biweekly whatever you get $1,300. $1,500 takes care of the majority of small problems. God forbid you need like me. I need 4 tires, which is $450 for my car. Well, I'm gonna go into my saving for a rainy day and pay it, and then keep billing back up to the $1,500. I mean, I have more than that in there, but I'm just saying, $1,500 does a lot that people don't know about for your rainy day fund. In most cases, you could get a refrigerator, all right refrigerator for $1,500 in case the refrigerator craps out, or you could repair it. You could take care of that. Washer and dryer, all right. I'm not saying the grandioso, but all right. Like my washer and dryer, like when my washer had messed up, it was $200 to fix it, which was and I wanted it because my dryer's a big old. I mean, my washer and dryer are big, like they're big, which is weird. I never understand why Samsung went to make big washers and dryers and then they went back down to small sizes. Nah, I have that extra large, whatever, because I could put in out like 2 days ago. I put in sheets, 2 pillows, 2 comforters, and it got dry, no problem. Because what? They were big. They were big sizes. And then because of that, I said, I'm not gonna get rid of this. No, I'm gonna fix it. Hopefully, it's not expensive. It was $200, $300. New motherboard, new computer motherboard, everything, and it's working fine. Great. Like I said, tires, if that happen, or your dishwasher's messing up, your refrigerator's messing up, $1,500 could take care of a lot of that stuff. So if you can, if you can do like me with $50, do $10. If you get your stimulus check and you could part it out, put maybe some aside in a savings account and just put it there so you could access it in case of anything. A rainy, like I said, a rainy day fund, because look, things happen, as we all see last year and going into this year, things happen. But $1,500 can get is a nice savior of anything, to take care of anything that you need to fix, tangentially, if it ever comes up. You need to, I mean, heck, not the tires, maybe some company car that just is crappy. $1,500 could take majority, not all, but majority of the problems that happens with cars. Because I can tell you right now, like for me, like I said, going back to the do-it-yourself thing, I changed my own oil. People are like, oh, that warranty. Not really. In America, there's laws that you can't do. As long as you have a record of what you're doing, they can't void your warranty, and they have not voided the warranty of my car. They know that. I've talked to Nissan. I have a Nissan. I talked to Nissan themselves, and I'm like, nope, they can't. We changing oil is a part of the thing. So as long as you keep it, you get records of it, you're cool, which I have. Because to change my oil full synthetic, to change my oil is $34. That's tax and everything included. $34. If I go to the Nissan dealer, it's $80. If I go to to them off-brand, like a Texaco or gas station, whatever, it's like $65 to $70. I'm like, I'm saving $50. I'm not gonna. No, hell no. And that's the 79 whatever plus the recycling fee. Me, no, I get a big. I'll show all this stuff on that other channel I was talking about. I get the oil, I put it in, new oil. I show how I do my stuff. Blah blah blah. I take it to AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. Go to the back, dump the oil in there. They recycle it. They make their money, but it's for free. You do stuff like that. So yeah. So best thing is, again, we see how things are going. Yeah, you don't want it that if you, like I said, if a water heater goes out or something's wrong with the AC, or something, whatever, $1,500 could carry you a long way as a savior, and just leave a lot of stress when it comes up and you're like, oh, I ain't got a time for that. So yeah, find a way to just, like I said, put it. The best way I could tell anybody is set up an account that the money automatically comes out of your check automatically. You don't see it. Once that happens, you don't gotta worry about it, and it's automated, and you better make choices with your money. So like I said, I have multiple. Go to 401k, go to another account, another savings account I have, and my rainy day account. Money comes out of my check. When a check comes, get deposit, then the bank automatically doles it to where it's supposed to automatically. My HSA as well too, like that. Yeah, all that comes automatically. So I don't gotta worry about that. It goes there automatically. So that's my best advice to you guys, because again, things happen. It really does. But that's the best thing I come with to you. But 2020 is basically gone. 2021, I don't think it's gonna make no difference. Again, the magical clock hitting at midnight, December 31st doesn't really. It's just an arbitrary change in a mind state. It doesn't really mean nothing. But we do circle around the sun, 365 mostly, except for leap year and all that stuff. So yeah. But make sure you guys take care of yourselves and your family. Young people, please. I'm telling you right now, this is the best. You want a greater society than what one, do not believe politicians. Please. Two, it's best to take care of yourself. Then you go to your family. Then you go to your neighborhood. Then you go to. It's best to you first and grow up, because if you're not, I've told this to family members and stuff before. Oh, I need help or whatever. Well, if I'm not solvent, then how am I gonna help you if you ain't solvent? So I gotta be good too. That's the better way to have a better society. Not only with that, you also have to add on, you have to have consequences. People are like, oh, so you can't fat shame and shame them. No, you have to have consequences. Okay? The cosmopolitan thing that I saw for the new year, that seeing women that are obese, that's the new healthy, that's garbage. That is garbage, and I was afraid to see skinny white women telling people of color and other thing that's healthy. They don't want to kill you off. That's the weird thing I see that. But no, that's not healthy. Get healthy, people. Seriously. As you can see, obesity is one of the problems with the COVID, to give you, because that's a comorbidity. You gotta work on that. Find ways to do it on losing that weight. Okay. I'm surprised myself that I lost 40 pounds. I'm legitimately shocked. I was thinking I was gonna be like maybe 10 pounds, whatever. 40 pounds? Dang, I'm surprised. So right now I'm at the point where I gotta maintain it, because I don't want to go lower than that. I like what I eating and whatever it is, but I'm gonna maintain it. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to maintain it. But let's see about that. But anyway, hope you guys have a good Friday. Hope everything is good with you guys. Take care of your family, like I said. Yeah, you can join us in the side chat tomorrow. Of course, 8:30 to 9 o'clock, we start the side chat with the guys, and we'll see what topics pop up. But you know what? As I always say, evil comes in all shapes, size, color, creeds, religion, race, nationality, gender, sex, politicians, left, right, views. Evil is evil. All right. And I always said, people are stupid. Individual are smart. Be that smart individual. All right. I'm sorry to say, as a bad thing. I'm just gonna have to accept the rich is gonna get richer, the poor is gonna settle for the crumbs, and the middle class is gonna keep on getting screwed over. That's what's gonna happen. Sad. I wish it could be proven wrong, but like I said, hey, I'm a big proponent of this. Biden, Kamala, Democrats, prove me wrong. Please, prove me wrong that I'm wrong with what y'all gonna do for the next 4 years. I say it's time for a third party. Seriously. Other than that, though, I hope you guys have a good night. Peace out. This is your boy, Take, for Project Open Mic.